What is going on, heroes and villains? Shoe Beastie here with another Injustice 2 video. Now, is it the end of Injustice 2? With the Legendary Edition coming out March 27th, this month, 27th, we are so close to that date. It is only friggin' like a week away from now. Injustice 2's Twitter has been posting the new epic gear sets that we're going to be looking at receiving when that new edition comes out, right? So, they have shown Wonder Woman, which is this one right here, which looks pretty sick, pretty epic, pretty bulky. And then just as of yesterday, or day before yesterday, I guess, depending on when you're watching this, maybe even 7 weeks, who knows? When are you watching this? Who are you? They showed this image of Scarecrow, which looks pretty steampunk oriented, pretty awesome, still very Scarecrow nonetheless. I really like the top hat, gotta say. Now, the other things that are coming out, or the changes, I guess, that are going to be made to Injustice 2 are going to be raising the character level cap to level 30. Now, it kind of makes me wonder, is this new gear going to be locked in at level 30? So you might be able to obtain the gear at a lower level, but you won't be able to wear it until that character is level 30. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because that would, to me, that makes sense in the, you know, in terms of like making an individual want to play as a character more and reach that certain, you know, that certain level cap, you know, just so you can don that gear and show that you really put forth that effort and that time to obtain it, not just obtain it, but to be able to wear it. But another thing that I would friggin' love for them to do is to add an additional ability. Now, I don't know if they're going to be adding new epic gear sets, because that's obviously what it is epic gear sets. But I don't know if they're adding it to all characters, including DLC characters, just stock characters, just maybe like 10, 12 characters, whatever. But it's definitely an epic gear set. And I do hope that we do get to see some of the stuff on DLC characters, especially like premiere skins. We never saw a DLC character premiere skin, which was talked about for months, but nothing ever came to fruition, whatever, you know the words. But yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty stoked about that, but I would love for an ability to be unlocked, like if they added an additional ability, a new one per character. So for instance, like Green Arrow, right? His down back 2, where he does the jump back down shot arrow, I would love to be able to do that mid-air. And if they could add that ability, I think his tier would go up quite a bit. I think he'd be a pretty tough opponent, you know, harder to read. I think it'd be pretty awesome. But anyway, there isn't much going on anymore. They're not talking about much. Ed Boon's Twitter has kind of died down. He talked about recently a game developers convention. Who knows what we're going to see from there? Maybe some Mortal Kombat news, Mortal Kombat 11. And that seems to be what more than half the people are kind of leaning towards on Twitter and social media, as they're saying, you know, no more Injustice 2. I'm tired of Injustice 2. Let's move on. Let's get Mortal Kombat. And, you know, I understand where you're coming from. But it's been, what, a year? This game's been out for a year, right? And it's already, that's it? Like, and I don't mean to hold it at a higher standard than any other game, but I want to hold it at an equal standard. Okay, let's say you play Grand Theft Auto Online. They're continually making content, whether you got to pay for it or not, whether it's an asinine amount of, you know, grinding to do, it's new content, and they've been doing it for years, right? In Injustice 2, we have very few stages, like the least amount of stages, less stages in Injustice 2 than Injustice 1, less transitions, and it's depressing, you know. Yeah, okay, there's a good roster of characters, but I can guarantee you most people who play this game stick with probably about 3 characters, and that's it, right? They're not jumping around, oh, one match this character, next match this character, next match this character. Like, that's not going to happen. That doesn't, I'm sure it does happen, but it's not likely, right? But with stages is something that, oh, I can try different stages out, different interactions and environment, whatever else, right? That's, so I think they're really slacking. I feel that just fighting games in general, like I feel like the bar is held super low for them when it comes to, you know, keeping that replayability up within their games. Like, unless you know people or you just enjoy occasionally getting a fight online, there's nothing new for you to come back to. And when you look at the mobile games, the mobile versions of, let's say, Mortal Kombat X, MKX Mobile has like 100 different alternate like attires, and same with Injustice. And then in the games themselves, they barely have anything. And I do understand that a full 3D model rendering of so on whatever is going to take more time and more effort. But you telling me 50 friggin' alternate attires doesn't correlate to maybe making 2 attires for a console or PC? Anyway, enough ranting on that. I don't want to see Injustice 2 die out. I love Mortal Kombat, but I have like got some profound love for friggin' Injustice 2. Injustice 1 was okay, but Injustice 2 has really brought me back into the fighting game, I guess, scene, really wanting me to get back into learning how to do appropriate combos with bounces and interacting with the environment, including it all into one combo. Like, the game is amazing. It does not need to die down. A few stages, premier skins, at actual, God willing, that when this Legendary Edition drops, that we're going to see some amazing stuff, some amazing gear sets, and for every single character too. It's got to happen. You stop leaving characters out. And this Green Arrow hood thing, I'm hoping that the hood cannot only be worn with the epic gear set, because I know they were talking about there's complications with clipping and so on and so forth. But if they kind of did a loophole where it's like, oh, you wear all this gear and then the hood's donned on you, that would really suck. It's not like his gear is really that amazing where I feel like I'm customizing my own Green Arrow, because without shaders, they all look the frigging same anyway. Yeah, anyway, I digress. So, speaking of Mortal Kombat, I think I already talked about it, right? Mortal Kombat 11, right? This image has been popping up showing a Lin Kuei member 3D model concept art for possibly Sub-Zero. Now, I did a little bit of digging into this, and it looks a lot more like his Lin Kuei army members, ninja member, I don't know what to call them, within MKX when Sub-Zero was fighting, in the Grandmaster chapter, I believe, when he's fighting, Sonya Blade's child, or Cassie Cage and Taquito and all them. You know what I'm saying? Taquitos. But yeah, so if you look in the background, and I was thinking, okay, this has got to be these guys, right? But there's actual variations to it. The textures obviously are not on the 3D model, but there are some textures, right? And it looks a lot cleaner. It looks a lot more up-to-date than what we saw in MKX. But there's also no little sash. The shoulder pads are squared off as opposed to rounded off. And yeah, they do look rather similar. And maybe this is just a 3D model for, what those Sub-Zero minions are going to look like. I almost laughed my brain out right now. Are going to look like within, Mortal Kombat 11. But yeah, until maybe this game developers convention or something else, we're not going to really see anything on frigging Mortal Kombat. I don't want Injustice 2 to die. I do want Mortal Kombat to come out, and I want them to come out with a lovely little trailer showing Spawn. I don't care if he's a pre-order DLC bonus. I'd kind of prefer that, just so I know for sure he's in the damn game. Because if he's not in it, I think, like, I've done with the trolls, of the Spawn trolls. I'm a huge Spawn fan. So I get butthurt. I get real butthurt about it. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think Injustice 2 has the chance of living for years until Injustice 3 comes out? Or do you think it's NetherRealms, whatever, they're going to scrap it? We should all just scrap it and then just jump on board to Mortal Kombat 11 when it comes out. Whenever it comes out. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and y'all have a great evening. Kind of, I guess. Night. That's right, I'm still here. I'm still talking. I don't know how to sign off. Screw you.
Outworlders. Here in Earthrealm. An invasion?
Couldn't be.
Man, this video sucks.
Times of